Hey YouTube, Jason from Renegade Rants Comics, and today I want to talk about comic capsules. But before that, I want to just wish everyone a happy and safe 4th of July. Now, I'm doing the video on this, and I'm not sponsored in any way by them, because I was researching them left and right. You have CGC, CBCS, PGX, are some of the companies that you can actually go to have your comics, graded, encapsulated, the whole 9 yards. I have one CGC comic, which is a Ghost Rider Rise of the Midnight Suns themed, but it was Morbius 1. And it's a 7.5. I got it off of eBay. I think it's a slightly older case, but I bought it, and I actually bought it for, I think, what it probably cost to literally send this to CGC. And, the nice thing with it is I have it, but I can't read it. And, of course, I'm always on the lookout, and this isn't a super expensive book, so I should be able to pick it up, as a reader copy, but I can't read it. And then part of my collection, I've read them 100 times anyway, but I kind of still would like to be able to pull them out, because every once in a while I want to go through and, pull a book out. So I started looking online, and I found that there's a company called Comic Skin that you kind of put it in. They have a special bag it goes in. Then you have these little plastic things that slide on the sides. But I was like, I don't even really want to mess with that, because I still want to kind of have it in a bag and board to protect it. So I found these. And they were, I think, like $9.99 a piece. And then about 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were having a big Father's Day sale. I guess it's more like a month now. But you could get 10 of them for $80, and I pulled the trigger. I'm like, we'll try them out. So these are what you get. Now, I have it in a full bag and board. If I had a clear, backing board, I could put it in there. But the nice thing with this is that I can take this comic out, I can read it, I can put it back in. Or if I decide that I want to change up my wall, you can see some of the stuff I have behind me on my wall. Probably not too well, because my phone camera isn't probably picking it up, but I'll probably go and take pictures of those at some point too. Now, the one thing on the comic capsule is they actually had directions on how you could actually go in and buy labels and actually make your own labels for the top. And if you see here, I'm not a grader by any stretch of the imaginations, but I gave myself a fairly, harsh grade for my own collection, and I just printed out my own label. So, and this one I wanted to have in something, because I had this signed at Terrificon one year by Bob Budiansky, and I'm probably mispronouncing that, but, and this is like the last issue of the original Ghost Rider run from the 70s and into the early 80s. And it's issue 81. I think I bought the book for $10. His signature, he was really, really fair with pricing on the signatures kind of thing, so I have it. And, I've had it in a poly bag, but I've had it in a poly bag up on my wall with a thumbtack stuck through the poly bag so I could, look at it. And then I looked at these, and on the back of these, if you can see right there, they actually have a wall hanger. So I can actually put this in, set it up on the wall, and don't have to tape it or worry about it falling or anything like that. And then I can swap it. So if I wanted to swap this out, I literally just have to remove my label here, which I just used, tape, and you literally just pop the top, and then pull your comic out. Now, the one thing that I did have to change was you can order these for Silver Age, you can order these for Golden Age, you can order these for, you know, Modern. I got the Modern group, which is fine, except I usually use Silver Age bags and boards. Don't ask me why, but I don't like jamming the comic into the, you know, the Modern bags kind of thing. I kind of like to have it where it can slide in there, and some people will argue one way or the other. If you want to comment that that is the wrong way to do it, but I like to use Silver Age bags on all my comics, Modern or Silver Age, just so that there's room in there. But if I wanted to slap something else in here, the only thing that I had to do is I had to actually get some Modern bags and boards, and then it's literally you just pop it down, slide it right in, and then close the top. And it's encapsulated. And then according to the, it has anti-UV resins that are in here as well. And I'm not sure if even the CGC slabs are anti-UV. But when I read that, I'm like, that's kind of nice. You can put this up here. It gives it a little bit extra protection kind of thing. And like I said, if I had clear backing board, I could take that out. I could put the comic directly in here. I did find that if I just put the comic without a bag and a board in there, it did slop a little bit from side to side, so that made me a little wary or a little uncomfortable. But, you know, it's one of those things that I don't want to not have the bulk of my limited resources to be able to go out getting comics to be used for slabbing. I don't have the room for a bunch of slabs. I barely have room for the comics that I've got. And I mean, I don't have a huge collection, but I'm starting to amass quite a, you know, group of boxes. And, you know, where do you store them properly? How do you store them? You know, kind of thing. So, but this other one right here. And I have most of my good books are up on the wall. But this is like one of my favorite comics when I was growing up, Ghost Rider 1. And this is not a high grade. I kind of gave myself like an 8.5. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But I just wrote Ghost Rider number 1, 1990, signed by Howard Mackey and Javier Salteras. Okay. And Howard signed right there, and Javier signed right there. And, you know, I think I got this book out of a dollar bin years ago, and I think I had the original when I was a kid, but I left it, lost it, let somebody read it, and never got it back. So, and this isn't a real high grade. Plus, if I want to send it in and get the gold label from CGC, it's going to cost me more money, but now at least they do have the people that can certify the signatures. Because if not, you weren't getting a gold label that said signed. You were getting, you know, whatever label they were going to send you kind of thing. So, but if I wanted to do that, I'm probably looking at least, I would say $40 or $50 by the time it's shipped, you know, or the cost of shipping. And I'm hearing horror stories of turnaround times, like, you know, it could be 2 weeks, it could be a month. I've heard people it's 3 or 4 months. So, I don't know what your thoughts on it. If you wanted to, like, you know, comment down below and get a conversation going, you know, or maybe you want to tell me the benefits of CGC over doing something like this. But for my money, I like these. And again, I'm not sponsored by them. I went and bought them. I'm trying them out. But it's an ease to take these off and on. To get your book out, to, you know, if you wanted to read it, you know, hey, I want to read that book again. And of course, if you were going to slab them to begin with, you probably don't want to run the risk of damaging it, but I kind of like to have a collection that isn't just show. Like, I want to be able to go, and if I want to read the story again, I want to read the story. So, with that being said, you know, I just wanted to make a quick little video on what I thought of the comic slabs. And I know that they have a website, and I'll probably try to put that in the description, but They show the wall hangers. They show how to slide, the directions on how to open it up and slide it. And the nice thing is, when you get these, they actually come in with a plastic bag, just like the CGC ones do, so you can actually put the slabs in the bag. And I found when I was actually swapping out, putting them in, they stack so nicely, and they actually kind of lock together. But if you look at that, that's almost seamless. And I have 10 of them, from the group that I got, and I had them all stacked up, and they just stack so nicely that they would fit probably halfway decently in a box if you were going to do that. So, because they're quite a bit smaller than the CGC. So, from the standpoint of, yes, do you want to have a CGC or, your grails in the CGC? Or do you want to have something that you can make, fit better in boxes? It's got the built-in wall hanger, so you don't have to, get creative and, put wall mounts on, and make sure that this doesn't fly off the shelf. So, I just thought I'd throw a video together. It's going to be 4th of July. I did update the name of my channel because when I first started, I was just calling myself Renegade Rants because I did a couple shorts just ranting on things. And I think that if I want to try to grow this as a comic book channel, I kind of have to focus on that more. So that's why I put Renegade Rants Comics. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. I hope that everyone is safe and, happy 4th of July. And if you like this content, please subscribe. Give me comments down in the bottom. If I'm doing a horrible job and these are the worst videos you've ever seen, I will take any kind of comments that you want to give me because that will just help me improve. But again, hope everyone is safe. Let me know what your thoughts are. Would you actually buy the comic capsules? Do you prefer the comic skins? Is there some other company out there that's got something that is actually even better than these? But hope everyone has a good one. Happy holiday.